Here with Truman women's soccer head coach Mike Cannon to go over our weekly recap and also take a look ahead of what's coming up next week for the Bulldog women's soccer team. Truman coming off a 2-0 week this past week with a 2-0 win against Missouri Southern on Friday before a 1-0 non-conference win against Central Missouri on Sunday. Coach, let's just take a look at both of those games. We'll start with Southern on Friday and then proceed into Central on Sunday.
Sure. Game Friday, kind of both games we started pretty quick, I think we scored the exact same time. Friday and Sunday for our first goal, but it's always nice to get the first goal. We've been pretty good. It's one of our goals this year is to score the first goal. Surprising, but it makes a big difference. But we knew Southern. They're a tough team. We played them 3 times last year. Went to overtime all 3 times. So kind of one of those bogey teams for us a little bit. And they're work hard. Got some good players. But we started quick. I think it was Jess Hansen played a nice ball into Tricia probably about 7-8 minutes in. Took a touch and just hammered it home for the early lead. We played pretty well after that. We didn't get that second goal. But overall, I was fairly happy with how we played. We controlled the game for the most part. Kind of let them back into it a little bit. They were kind of overloading the midfield a bit, and we were struggling to figure out how do we deal with that. I thought we came out in the second half. Our goal was to win the second half too. Alexis Heffernan got her first college goal, kind of to seal the game. Even though again they didn't. The second half I think they had a little bit more to play, a little bit more shots, but they weren't really a lot on goal. And again we hadn't been enough chances to finish the game off a little bit earlier. But 2-0 win at home against a solid team that gave us some trouble last year. And getting another shutout. Last weekend we got we split. We got a win, but we gave up 4 goals on the weekend. So it's nice to see a big 0 on the other side of the scoreboard. And then Sunday, our big rival right now. They always wear red. I was commenting on how it used to be UNO. Now it's Central. It did count for a conference game, but it's a big regional game. And the girls played really well. Central's a good team. At times, we were digging deep and defending and trying to get possession back. They had a lot of corners. They're big, strong, physical. They spread us out a bit at times, but getting that first goal early, it always makes a difference. They have to chase the game a little bit, and we're looking for a second, but we didn't get it. But a little bit more of a comfortable position with the lead. Like I said, we scored early. Kelsey Twellman, pretty much a great individual effort. Just, dribbled it from just inside our half, and she was aggressive. I talked to the girls about, I didn't say it in the exact terms of, play to win, but I said, we need to do smart things, play smart, keep possession, but in the attack we need to be aggressive, and go at them instead of kind of being like, I don't know, they're pretty good, and that was pretty much a microcosm of what I was trying to get at. She didn't slow down, she didn't stop, and she pretty much went by about 3 kids. Tricia made a nice little run to kind of open up some space for her, but again, Kelsey went right into it and just buried it in the lower left corner. So that was good. We weathered the storm a little bit, had a couple scrums. I think they hit the crossbar once. But we had some good chances. Christina Wisher hit a long range shot. The keeper had a touch over the bar. We had a flurry of corners early in the second half. We at times we possessed really well, and again, not for super long periods of time, but enough to relieve some pressure. Got some great performances from some of our freshmen that we needed. Moved some people around. Jade Shin, Megan Frukovic, Alexis Heffernan, who scored a goal on Friday too. Came through and had some good performances, and obviously getting a shutout against a top team. We haven't beat them since '09. They've beaten us 6 times in a row. We hadn't even scored, I think, in the last 6 times we played them. So to score, to beat them, and to shut them out were pretty big things for us.
Big weekend does get you to 8-2 on the season. You mentioned the freshmen. One thing we've talked about all season is the balance of the team. You're starting to get the freshmen a little bit more playing time. What's that do for the upperclassmen in terms of the confidence it can give them that, hey, people coming off the bench can do just as good of a job?
Yeah, I think the older kids see that we have some good younger players. I don't think we're quite mall coach speak, whatever, but I think we're going to get better because our younger players are going to get more experience and they're going to get more comfortable, kind of figure out how we play and start producing a little bit more. Like Jay's a great example. She's played in, I think she played in about like 3 or 4 games maybe, but it just felt like the right time type of game. And it doesn't mean that she wouldn't have done had a great game. It just worked out that I just had a hunch, and we moved Suze back to left back, and Jay came in, and she was brilliant. Like played like she had played 8 games this season and had played a lot of minutes. So Megan Footman's played a lot already, but I think it helps the older kids when we get some freshmen, and they're going to make some mistakes, but as the season's going, they're going to make lots of mistakes because they kind of figure it out and they get a little bit more confident. But it's a huge boost for us, to have some young talent come in and help out. We have a good group of some good sophomores, good juniors, good seniors, but if you can get some fresh blood in there, that's makes it more competitive too. There's a lot of kids sitting on the bench that want to get into, and we got some young kids that are playing in front of some older kids right now, and sucks for those kids, but good for the team overall that we're hopefully we're improving as a team.
Couple of matches this week. You've got a very good non-conference team in Quincy coming over here on Wednesday. They're also 8-2 on the season, and then Lindenwood, a new MIAA school, coming up on Sunday. A couple more home matches for you this week. What are you looking to see out of the team this week?
Well, quick turnaround for Wednesday. We're off today, and light practice Tuesday, and then we get another tough test, which is good. We'd rather play good teams. It counts as a regional game, not a conference game. Obviously, looking ahead to next year a little bit, but one of our big rivals too, be our travel partner starting next year, and they're a good team. They're coming off a couple tough games in Kansas City, so they'll be looking to get back on the winning track, and we're going to try and keep them on their losing streak at least through the middle of this week. But they'll be good quality team, and then both of them are important games. But for conference, obviously getting back into conference play on Sunday against Lindenwood, finishing out our 4-game homestand, important for us to continue playing the way we've been playing, continue hopefully racking up some wins, because we're pushing for obviously conference title, but we want to be a top 4 seed, host a game. There's a lot of things that are going to start coming into play as the season kind of progresses, but we want to finish our homestand hopefully with two more wins, which would be huge, regionally and in the conference.
All right, on Wednesday afternoon, Truman will take on Quincy at 2 p.m., and then on Sunday, the Bulldogs take on Lindenwood at 1. Both games are at the Bulldogs Soccer Park. Live stats will be available at TrumanBulldogs.com. Coach, thanks a lot.
Thank you.